What's up, Zoners? The first game of the NFL season is tonight. The Lions are at the Chiefs. I'm going to go ahead and cover the start sit for each position on the Chiefs. And hey, dude, if you're shit out of luck like me and drafted Kelce high, I'll tell you what I'm doing there too. Anyways, if that sounds interesting to you, hang out for 7 seconds.
You can do it!
What's up, Zoners? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Banjo, the dog, coming at you live from my living room. And this is the Fantasy RZ. Today's episode. So again, I'm going to be doing play or pause for the Chiefs tonight. That is our start sit. Jason covered the Lions yesterday. If you did not go watch that, do it now. First up, Patrick Mahomes. You're going to start him no matter what, who he's playing. Defenses do not matter. He could be going against, the number one Eagles defense in the Super Bowl. And guess what, dude? He gets like 400 yards and 4 touchdowns no matter what. So anyways, we are pressing play on Mahomes. The Lions gave up more fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks last year than any other team. Next up, Isaiah Pacheco, and I'm going to be pressing play on Isaiah Pacheco, even though the Lions gave up the 6th fewest fantasy points per game to opposing running backs last year, which is kind of like counterintuitive. I thought the Lions just had the worst defense. Well, guess what? They did. They gave up the second most points to fantasy wide receivers last year. So the recipe to beat them was to throw the ball, and that translated to a lot of fantasy points for wide receivers, not that many points for the running backs going against the Lions. And all we heard about this offseason, how the Lions secondary is much improved. Weeks 10 through 18 last year, Pacheco had 10 plus carries in 7 out of those 9 games. He had a rushing touchdown in 4 of those games, all while averaging 5.2 yards per carry. And that is what you are chasing right now. You are chasing that usage, the end of the year usage or the playoff usage. But my main reason I want to start Isaiah Pacheco this game is that I think it's going to be high scoring, 2 great offenses, plus Travis Kelce is going to be super limited, and that is the red zone threat. So I can see them either throwing it to McKinnon or running the ball up the gut with Pacheco in the red zone a lot. I'm going to predict that Isaiah Pacheco has 12 carries for 60 yards and 1 rushing touchdown, maybe 1 reception for like 8 yards, and that is going to be worth a flex to me. If you drafted him as your running back too and you have to start him there, hey, that's just what you have to do. Next up, Jerick McKinnon. In weeks 13 through 18 last year, he accounted for 9 touchdowns in those 6 games. This is all after Hardman went to IR, so that was kind of like the role that he filled. He only averaged 10 touches per game in that stretch. And now that Kelce is out or limited, dude, if Kelce is out, I guarantee, dude, Jerick McKinnon gets 50 yards receiving and 1 touchdown reception and probably 20 yards rushing. But still, dude, that would be so worth a flex for me. I am pressing play on Jerick McKinnon. And if Travis Kelce's out, I am punching that fucking thing. Next up, Kadarius Toney and the wide receivers. The Lions, like I said, gave up the 2nd most fantasy points per game to opposing wide receivers last year at 24.7. Dude, that's a shit ton, man. That's fucking crazy. And anyways, Andy Reid just said, Toney, he's good to go. So, if you know anything about Kadarius Toney, he's like 24 years old. He is the Tyreek Hill comp, like the closest thing to Tyreek Hill other than Tyreek Hill. And he is injured all the time. He had a bad attitude in New York, and now he came over to a winning team, and he still can't get his shit together. So anyways, high upside. I mean, he should be drafted. Am I starting him right now? I'm pressing pause. Next up, Sky Moore. I drafted him last year, and then I realized that, hey, dude, freshman wide receivers do not succeed in Andy Reid's offense. I'm hoping Rashee Rice breaks that trend, but still. So we're looking at the 2nd year for Sky Moore. All of the offseason hype about him, he should be acclimated to this. He was he played preseason, but he really wasn't targeted that much. 5 receptions for 45 yards over the preseason, and all of it was from not Patrick Mahomes. He is a 2nd-round draft pick by Andy Reid. Banjo is barking at me. Sorry about that. So anyways, he is a punt returner as well. He looks electric, but when I watch him on tape, I do not see separation. I do not see much. But dude, where you drafted him, and without Travis Kelce or being limited in this high-scoring game, and it is the first game of the year, so I want a piece of this, dude. I want to be invested fantasy-wise. That's right, Banjo. Anyways, I am going to press play on Sky Moore. Next up, I was just talking about him, Rashee Rice. Talk about preseason tearing it up, dude. Went 11 for 155 during preseason. He had 1 game where he was targeted 9 times, had 8 catches or something like that. He looked awesome. I love Rashee Rice. I wanted to get him late. Somebody else got him. I ended up getting Jalen Hyatt, which is great too. He is a 2nd-round draft pick by Reid. All of my fears, and I'm pressing pause right now on him, is the freshman wide receivers at Andy Reid's offense never succeed. So I am not really looking. I need to see it before I believe it, and then I will spend a lot of fab on Rashee Rice. He's one of those players that I'm willing to spend fab on if I see it. Next up, fucking Travis Kelce, dude. What the fuck we gonna do, man? Guess what, dude? I'm playing Travis Kelce. If he's playing, I don't give a shit. Unless Gerald Everett is on your waiver wire or Juwan Johnson. Guess what, man? It's not on my waiver wire. It's not on my fucking waiver wire. Sorry, I'm very upset right now. I did just hear Jason Kelce go on, and he said, like, you know, he did the same thing to his knee when he kicked a log once at a bonfire, and he was good to go like in a week or the next day. He said that Travis Kelce, his brother, the tight end, will be good to go. Do I believe all that shit? Probably not. But, dude, he could be out there with a fucking splint and some of that shit. Dude, what are those things on your arms? Crutches, hook pass. Woo! Just think about the extension on his arms with those crutches. Catch radius. Unbelievable. Anyways, this is crazy. Anyways, my plan is to not pick up any tight end right now. I'm going to wait until Travis Kelce is actually out because there is a chance that he can still play if the swelling goes down enough and he can deal with that bone bruise. And as soon as he goes out, I am moving him to my IR slot and picking it up. Probably the backup tight end for Kansas City Chiefs. I don't even know who that is. I think he's number 81, and I will start him. Also, I should have said this in the beginning, but the Lions allowed the 6th most points to opposing fantasy tight ends last season, so there are going to be a lot of points in the middle of the field, dude. That's why I'm thinking Sky Moore, Jerick McKinnon, but I might just I think I'm just going to start the backup tight end if Travis Kelce can't go, but by God, dude, I'm starting that fool. I drafted him, 5 overall? Anyways, that is the show. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I earned a thumbs up. Hopefully I earned a subscription if you're not already subscribed. Dude, we need it so much, man. We're just poor. I can barely afford this subscription to the recording video. This is crazy. If we get 1,000 subscriptions, we can start getting pennies, 50 cents, maybe $1 a month. It would help out a lot. Anyways, this is Tyler Big Turd Ward, and I appreciate you.